Hi folks, I hope everybody's doing good today. Today I'm going to show you a little jewel I picked up from Sheffield, England a few months ago. I haven't got to show it to you yet, but I figured I'll show it to you now, and this way I can kind of be the opening act for a good friend of mine, Eric, over at Slick Slicers, who told me about a Sheffield made knife he has that he's about to show pretty soon, and it sounds amazing. So keep an eye out for that. That's the only clue I'll give you. But yeah, you want to see Sheffield made knives, you go to Slick Slicer. Anyway, let's take a look at some Stag, because this jewel that I bought has Stag covers, and you'll see there's different. Every craftsman, artisan kind of does it their own way. And there's not much Stag up there, but you can't go around the block without showing Big John Henry. Or, what the heck, I had a name for him over here. Cyclops Kirk Douglas. And of course, some Bokers and another Sheffield knife there. One day, I'll show you guys everything I got, my Sheffield collection. And there's the carry stuff. I do have this over here that's kind of warming up. I think this is going to be my next carry. This is still, I'm trying to work this in, this SRM. It's getting better. It still doesn't drop shut, but I can Spidey flick it out where it makes a pretty good snap. And I'm carrying that old vintage Queen over here. You can see it tucked away here. But I think this will be my next carry, or something from Sheffield. But this is one of my favorite knives to carry here. You can see it's got a little bit of work on it. And this one is kind of indestructible. I've dropped this quite a few times on the concrete, and the pearl hasn't cracked yet. So I don't know how that ever happened. I know some people, that's just like with the small knives. Some people just don't like mother of pearl. I like it. And I know a few people that like it a lot too, so that's, I guess, all that matters. But anyway, let's first take a look at this box from this little jewel. Right here, Taylor Eyewitness of Sheffield. Let's see if we can get some better light up here. This is a Premier Collection. And back here you got Premier Collection Model 100 in Stag, and it has the worked back. I don't know if this is a manufacturing code, like maybe the 38th week of 2021, or the 38th Stag 100 of 2021. I don't know if Lee White, if you see this, maybe you can crack that code for me. But there it is. As soon as you open one of these Premier Collection models, whether it be a Barlow, Stockman, you're probably going to get this Craftsman here. A complete artisan, Lee White, one of the best. And if you look at, maybe it ain't going to come out today. Doesn't want to come out and play. Here we go. And this is pretty much the mission statement. At least that's what we call these here in the States. And for the new subscribers and the people that may be unfamiliar with Taylor's Eyewitness, there's the statement. You can pause it and read it. But the main thing, all you need to see from here is made in Sheffield entirely by hand. And this would be the guy who not only quality control, or it passed quality control, but Lee White made it from start to finish, is what that means by him signing that. So let's take a look at what Lee White made for a nice Christmas present. Of course, we got to slide out the pedestal of fame. And try and get it where this doesn't glow too much. There we go. It's probably a little better. High polish. You're probably going to see Warthog in the background moving around. Very high polish. And you'll notice that these scales were so thick that to work a handle out of it, a lot of the bark had to come off. But I like that because this kind of looks like, he put a great polish on it, and it kind of looks like a marble countertop. So it almost looks like a stone with some bark on it. And you can see, I love the way that he halves the handle, which means he doesn't look for perfection. Of course, if you look at like other ones, here's one from Germany, a bulldog, and they all do that on the Stag. They all have their special way of doing it. You're not going to see a Stag handle. Here's a Shat and Morgan. It's you're not looking for symmetrical perfection, I guess you could say. But I love the way Lee White does his because it's always chunky and choppy, as I call it. It's smooth. It's not going to, hurt your hand, but it really shows hand craftsmanship. So this is my Stag version. I'm going to put this up with a few other models I got. But first, let's take a better look at it. Don't want to get the lighting too much where you can't see the figuring on the Stag that's ground down and polished. But look at the high polish that's put on what I call the marble. So when we look at this handle, I'm going to be calling this marble and this bark. Just so you know. You can hear that my breathing is increased. That's because I love these things. Just a jewel. Just a frickin' jewel. Check out this side. This has a little more bark, a little less marble, but nonetheless, just gorgeous. Look at the polish on the nickel silver bolster and the polish on the stainless steel is just amazing. Look at that reflect. And that's with fingerprints on it. Here, let's do this. We got plenty of time. No reason to rush beauty. And this one, I don't know if this one's going to be a user. I'll show you how many. I'm just a rookie beginner compared to Slick Slicer as far as Sheffield knives are concerned. But I got a few beauties. Look at that, just kind of gave it finger or streaks. Let's see if we can. These are fingerprint magnets. God, I can't even talk. There we go. That's got to be a little better. Look at that. So that's your pile side. And once again, we'll show you the show side. And I'll show you the work back. That's all hand done. Look at that, no marring on the blade. Bolsters, step bolster. Okay, let's get this in the hand. So I had to give it a little pedestal of fame time so I don't tremble too much. And let's put this down here for a second. And move the light in. So that's what you're looking at. Clean her up a little bit for the one last time. Is that a jewel or what? Look at this beautiful polish on the marble. Beautiful hafting. Fits right in the hand. He kept it nice and chunky. I like that. The palm swell fits right in there perfectly. It feels great. I'll probably end up carrying it and using it. I have with all the other ones except the buffalo horn. I'll show you those in a minute. Here's your tang stamp. It's pressed in there really hard. You can see where it actually moved the steel quite a bit. But it's pretty crisp. Got your Taylor's Eyewitness, or Eyewitness, Sheffield, England. And nice and crisp on that one there. Eyewitness, Sheffield, England. Now the work back. This is all done by hand, file work. And it proceeds all the way up onto the blade, if you notice that. Beautiful work. All the way up to here. File work completely all the way down. Let's see what happens if we put the light on here. Give you a little view of it that way. Nice and clean. After they get done with each one, they blow it out with the air so there's no grit. A half stop, lots of walk and talk. Gator clamp. The pole is pretty hard. 7 or 8 probably. It's not going to break your nail though. Really fun clip point shape too. Really tall. So what we're going to do now is mix it in with some other ones. Let's put this down here. Might as well put the new one right at the top, right? And next up, we got a Taylor's Eyewitness Barlow in buffalo horn. And this one's never been carried, only because I'm clumsy, I drop knives, and I know buffalo horn will crack if it hits the ground the right way. So we'll put that one up there. That was the first one I ever got, first Taylor Eyewitness. Slick Slicer helped me get it. I was I'm forever indebted for that, for him showing me how to get these. I probably could have found out on my own, but it was much easier through Slick. Here we got Ambonia Burl, which was my second Taylor Eyewitness Barlow. This one is marvelous. These all have the work back. And this definitely has been carried and used quite a bit. Next up, I found this one on eBay for like $60 a steel. This is ox horn. And you can see it's a little cloudy here. I don't know if that's the way it was originally or from the previous owner cleaning it with alcohol maybe. You can see this one's got, I've actually used this in baton cutting cables at work. In fact, I got a brass hammer. The hammer I used was actually bigger. And I would cut the cable just by giving it a whack. But I did it just to prove that these are not just a pretty face. These will get a job done. You can see that blade's got a lot of work done on it. One of my favorite carries of all time, because this one I literally beat the heck out of. And it's held up. There's no wobble. Excuse me, there's no wobble. And it still shines up. Look at this side. Look at that horn. Is that gorgeous? So we'll put that one up there. $65 I found that on eBay for. Oh, it did probably because there is some cracking at the horn here. And that's the way I bought it. But no big deal. You guys probably never even seen it till I told you. Next one. My most recent before the Stag was Desert Ironwood. And this is a little darker because I treated it with mineral oil. But I wanted it to pop the colors, and it does. It's not showing on the camera. Probably because we can turn this off now. There we go. Desert Ironwood. Look at that. So we'll put that one up there. That's it for Barlow's. As far as every one of these was made by Lee White. And every one of them is a masterpiece in itself. Also picked up, I've decided to go with a different model in between there. This is the Lambsfoot with the work back. And this is in ram's horn. Very translucent. Very nice material. And this one, it's the barehead Lambsfoot. Has the shorter bolster. No half stop. But it clicks right into a nice locking position. And you can see the hand grind on the Lambsfoot blade. Really cool looking knife. Swept back. Fits in the hand great. This one doesn't have, whereas one of the things I like about the Barlow so much is where the kick is up here. It fits really comfortable in the hand. Much more secure than the Lambsfoot. But the Lambsfoot will do a lot of drag cutting for you. Beautiful piece there. So that's all the modern tailor's Eyewitness. Every one of those 6 was made by Lee White. We'll take a look at them. But I want to throw in, just for shits and giggles, I guess I can say that. Here's an old tailor's Eyewitness. And this is made in ox horn. Not quite as translucent as it may have been when it was first made. Maybe somebody's initial there. But look at this. Spear point. Of course, it's blunt over the years. Real Eyewitness. Taylor of Sheffield. One day I'm going to send a picture into Taylor's Eyewitness customer service and see if they can actually date it. I've been told it's probably 1880 to 1900, somewhere in between there. But I'll never know unless I really talk to someone at Taylor's Eyewitness. Maybe if you see this video, Lee White, you can point me in the right direction to get this dated. But I love the fact that this is stamped right into the blade. And this knife, when the Warthog collection is all done and through, will be going back across the pond to a dear friend. Just a little hint there. And then we also have a Taylor's Eyewitness made in acrylic, which has a nice Warncliffe blade. And you can see the Taylor stamp, Taylor's Eyewitness, Sheffield, England. And even though this is a Warncliffe, it's more of a quill blade used for sharpening feather quills for writing. Look at that beautiful patina on there. Some might call it rust, I'll call it patina. If it was rusted, it would be orange. But some beautiful, beautiful look. It's been carried and used at work quite a bit. Also has a little pen knife, pen blade. Nice serpentine shape. Not very big, but not a small knife either. And last but not least is a little Taylor Eyewitness pen knife. There's a little pen blade there. Another different stamp. Really cool stamp, actually. And yeah, that one's worn down a little bit. Cool little short pen blade. So there you go. There is the Taylor Eyewitness collection. Guys might think there's a few too many here, but wait till you see Slick Slicer's collection. If you haven't seen it already, there's quite a few that are still sitting across the pond. I brought a few to America just to show my friends and family top-notch craftsmanship. And some very vintage pieces. So, my friends, after 24 minutes, I hope you're all still here. I'll try and get you a little bit better look at the Stag. Look at that. Until next time, my friends, take care. Peace. Bye-bye.